Hey folks, I'm Red Monster SC, and in this video, I'm ranking the top resources in Manor Lords that you'll want to have on your starting region to propel your settlement to prosperity. The resources in each region help shape your settlement and challenge your development plans in unique ways, and it's a crucial aspect of the start of every game that can drastically change the difficulty of your playthrough. Before we dive in, if you enjoy this video, or if you learned something, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more great content like this. The channel is just starting out and every new subscriber helps. Also, leave a comment letting me know what rich resources you always hope for when starting up a new playthrough on Manor Lords. In Manor Lords, each region has two rich resource types, and the combination you get drives specific development priorities for your settlement, which can make your game a breeze or a nightmare. When you first start up a new map, you should check what rich resources are available in your starting region and those that you might want to expand into. Each of these resource icons will have a crown over them, with one exception, rich farmland, which doesn't actually have any indication of rich versus poor. If you only see one rich deposit in your region, then your second rich resource is farmland, where you can expect higher fertility. And you can verify this with the fertility overlays in the construction mode. Not all deposits are created equal, and some are clear standouts above the rest due to their scalable output for either food, military, or regional wealth. So let's dive into my rankings from worst to first. At the bottom of the list is the rich stone deposit. I put this one at the bottom because there are only a few buildings that need stone for their construction in the current early access version, and there's no way to extend its supply like most of the other deposits. Stone can be exported for a measly 1 credit per unit, making it the least valuable commodity. In the long run, a rich stone deposit won't help your settlement grow in the game's current state, but I expect this to change in the future when stone becomes more of a necessity for building higher level manors and burgage plots. Just above that is the rich Shoal of Fish. The Shoals of Fish were added in the most recent update, and the rich shoal has over 700 capacity. You can double the capacity of a rich Shoal of Fish using a first level development point, which also enables you to fish this resource year-round. Which sounds great, but there are a few downsides. First, fish have a high food spoilage rate, meaning the few months where you'll get high reproduction rates will be flush with food surplus, but you can't stockpile fish like you might with berries and vegetables. Shoals of fish are also highly affected by drought, and the default fishing levels will lead to overfishing. You need to adjust the reserve level to avoid this issue or risk losing the resource entirely. And finally, there's no secondary uses for fish like there are with other food-producing resources, like hunting, which produces hides, and berries, which can be refined into dyes. Coming in 6th place is the rich salt deposit. Salt deposits were added in the most recent update along with the Shoal of Fish, and they have one purpose: as a component for a butcher to convert 1 unit of meat into 2 sausages. The rich deposit can be extended indefinitely with the 2nd level deep mining perk, although you will need to convert one of your 2nd level burgage plots to a butcher to make use of this one. While sausages can extend your food supplies, it seems more of an accessory to other food production options. While the rich salt deposit has its place in a long-term multi-region playthrough, I would argue it's probably not very useful for your first starting region. Coming in at number 5 is the rich berry patch. Wild berries are a seasonal deposit that grow in the spring and then die off in the winter. Berries can also be converted into dyes at the dyer's workshop to provide a source of clothing commodities. The rich deposit doubles the capacity, and you can also further expand the capacity using a first level development point. Because these are seasonal, you can assign 4 families to a berry patch in the spring to gather a huge surplus, and then reassign those families to other jobs the rest of the year. The forager's hut has a limited capacity, so if you go this route, it would be smart to build 2 or even 3 of them next to each other, or ensure you have a granary right next door. At number 4 is the rich animal herd. This boosts your herd capacity from 20 animals to 40 animals, and it also increases the rate at which the herd replenishes. Each animal produces 1 hide and 2 meat, but you can extend that even further with the advanced skinning 2nd level development perk. The rich animal herd is a great dual utility resource that can be harvested with 1 or 2 villagers, but it's not a resource that scales well for larger villages. However, there is a policy available that will double the reproduction rate of your rich animal herd at the cost of reduced farming fertility, and that, combined with the advanced skinning perk, could drive you well into a food surplus, making this a decent choice for your starting region. At number 3 is the rich clay deposit. This is another resource that can be extended indefinitely using the second level deep mine perk, and the clay furnace will convert your raw clay into roof tiles, which is a necessary building component for level 3 burgage plots and certain building upgrades like the church and tavern. Clay roof tiles also make a great export to generate regional wealth, selling for 8 credits per roof tile. While that's the extent of clay's usefulness, it's a solid resource that can sustain your settlement for the long term and allow you plenty of regional wealth to import other materials, making it a top 3 pick in my opinion. At number 2 on my list is fertile farmland. This one is a little trickier to manage due to crop rotations and the risk of a drought killing off your yields, but it can be a critical source of not only food through wheat farming, but also by producing barley, required for ale production, and flax, which can be woven into linen. One resource that covers food, clothing, and your villagers' desire for entertainment, while being scalable to meet your settlement's demands and beyond. You can improve your farming efficiency with the heavy plow development point and further extend your food supply with the bakery upgrade. You can also allow your fallow fields to serve as pastures for sheep to graze on, giving a huge increase to the amount of pasture space your sheep may be occupying, and further broadening your food production resources. And at the number 1 spot on my list is the rich iron deposit. It's hard to understate the value of iron in Manor Lords. It's a core resource for outfitting your militia, and it's a reliable and versatile resource that can be converted into any number of trade goods. A rich iron deposit can be extended indefinitely with a deep mine development point, and while there are development points that allow you to make helms, chainmail, and plate armor, the current export price for these goods is pretty poor, making them a development that I would probably skip over until the game balance catches up. That being said, having a rich iron deposit will ensure that you have a source of economic and military power will allow you to take on any challenges that Manor Lords might throw at you. So, what are your thoughts? Which resource combination is your personal favorite and why? And which resources do you think would be the most challenging? Maybe I'll use your selection in a future challenge run. If this ranking helped you plan your next Manor Lord settlement, hit that like button and subscribe for more guides like this, and I'll see you in the next one.